pattern of
The
activity.
best store.
That pattern must include at least 2 predicate acts, related crimes committed by Combs and others within 10 years to prove a racketeering conspiracy.
And then they have to show, of course, that the defendant, that is Mr. Combs, that there was a hierarchy, a structure involved, and that Mr. Combs either ran it or participated in it along with other conspirators.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Diddy Diaries. Yesterday, we were talking a little bit about Ray J and the claims that he made recently about the celebrities who have told him that they've been paying off Diddy accusers behind the scenes in an effort to avoid the coming storm. And like I was saying yesterday, if we were just taking Ray J at his word, I'd be taking it with a gigantic grain of salt. But we've also heard the very same thing from Tony Busby, who's the lawyer for a lot of these accusers that have shown up recently. So when you start adding everything together and you look at all of the comments made by all of the people involved, it's kind of hard for me to just discount what Ray J is saying here and act like it's just a bunch of BS. So we're going to dive back into this topic a little bit and see what this article from the Daily Mail can add to what we've already heard. Headline: Ray J claims celebs told him they are afraid of Diddy affiliation and have paid alleged victims to keep quiet. This article was authored by Justin Enriquez and Adam S. Levy. Kim Kardashian's ex-boyfriend Ray J has claimed that some celebrities have told him that they are afraid that their affiliation with Diddy could land them in trouble and have even paid alleged victims in order to keep them quiet. Now, why are you out here making payments if you didn't do anything wrong? I mean, common sense would dictate that if somebody's making these allegations against you, that you're going to do whatever you possibly can to try and change that narrative and show people that you're not the person they're saying that you are. But all these people here, allegedly, are running for the fire exits and looking for a way out instead of defending their names. And the sad part is, a lot of this is going to come, obviously, with an NDA at the end of these lawsuits, and we won't ever even know who was involved. And that's one of my biggest fears, that these people that were allegedly involved with Diddy, that were at these parties, that were allegedly taking part in the abuse, that they're going to be able to buy their way out of this. And obviously, that's something that should never occur. But the way our system is set up, if you have a bunch of dough and you find yourself caught up, you can easily just go to the bank, pull out some money, and keep it moving. The 43-year-old singer, who claimed he was shot at 2 weeks after his heated fight with Diddy's sons, appeared in a sneak peek at TMZ's new Tubi documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, Inside the Freak-Offs, where Ray J made the bold claims. In the 2-minute clip, he is interviewed with TMZ boss Harvey Levin, as he made the bombshell revelation that some high-profile people who are connected to Diddy are trying to pay off alleged victims before accusations come to light in order to keep their name out of the mess. And that tracks with what Tony Busby was telling us, that he was in contact with some of these celebrities behind the scenes, where he says that he was gauging their interest in a possible settlement to keep their names out of this storm. And obviously, some of that's occurring, and some of that has went down, at least according to Ray J. Ray J said, "I'm hearing about artists paying victims to keep their name out of it." Diddy was charged with a host of sex trafficking and racketeering offenses following his September 16th arrest. Since then, upwards of 120 victims have already come forward, but Diddy maintains his innocence and is demanding a trial as early as spring. Harvey asks if he has heard anyone being paid off to keep quiet. The singer replies, "Here's what I do know. People do catch and kills all day. And to catch and kill, of course you know. But for the regular world, somebody has the truth. Somebody pays you to keep it quiet. And hopefully that money that you got paid secures your happiness while you watch the lie continue to succeed." Harvey then pushes back as he asks Ray J if he actually personally knows anyone who has been offered money in order not to talk. Ray J responds, "Here's the other way around it, Harvey. I'll give you money. Please don't talk." And honestly, if it was just Ray J saying this, I'd shrug my shoulders, keep it moving, and wait for some more receipts. But when you have Ray J saying this on top of what we've heard from Busby, I think that it's something that we have to categorize as being, if not true, something that is possible, and we'll have to wait one way or the other for confirmation. The TMZ boss says that Ray J is well connected and queries if what he described is what's currently going on. The One Wish hitmaker responded, yes, they want to talk to me. They want to talk to me about what happened to them. They call me. They feel like they can trust me. Harvey then asks for clarification for what these people are calling him over. Ray J answers because they want to tell me about certain things that happened with them and Diddy. The TMZ founder queries if it was possible to verify that the people who are contacting the singer are high-profile persons who have an affiliation with Diddy and that they don't want made public but Ray J to essentially be the whistleblower. And that's what you're supposed to do as a journalist, right? What are your sources? How are you coming up with this information? Where did you learn all of this? And to be honest with you, trust me, bro, is not a source that I'm very comfortable with. And that's why I say we got to take what Ray J is saying here with a grain of salt, unless he's going to provide some receipts. The singer responds by saying, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. And I don't even know why I said it, but I said it, so what? Now they got to be mad. Come get me. So whatever that means, is Ray J having a breakdown here? Some kind of mental break from reality? Where he feels like he has to be the main character in this story? Certainly something to keep an eye on. Harvey asked if these persons were specific of what they did with Diddy, and Ray looked pensive and sullen before saying, I don't want to say. I think I said too much. So why say anything if you're not going to go all the way? There were a lot of people like this during the Epstein investigation. Oh, I have information. I know this, I know that. And still, all these years later, we haven't heard un gots from any of them. So my guess is there's going to be a lot of that here as well. This came a day after the star was claiming he was shot at by someone trying to kill him, 2 weeks after having a heated exchange with 3 of Diddy's sons. On Tuesday, the 43-year-old R&B singer shared a black and white video of himself telling his fans that he was recently the target of an alleged shooting. Now again, was he really? Or is he just BSing? I don't know. I'm not too familiar with Ray J to know which way he blows with the wind or what kind of nonsense he's usually up to. But is it really a coincidence if you have this altercation with Diddy's kids and then a couple of days later someone's firing lead at you downrange? Probably not a coincidence. N-word just tried to shoot me. They tried to kill me. And you want me to apologize, N-word? F you, he said in a recording uploaded to his Instagram story, which ended with him waving his finger at the camera. The Mississippi native sounded angry as he went off on his expletive-ridden tirade, which alluded to the feud with an unknown person or a group of individuals. I mean, do we really think that Diddy's people are out here engaging in this kind of shit with all of the attention that's on Diddy currently? Under normal circumstances, I would say that that's crazy as hell. But this is anything but normal circumstances. Nowhere in the video did Ray J indicate who he believes shot at him or provide any further details about the incident or if it was reported to the authorities. His post comes just weeks after he reportedly got into a fistfight with Diddy's sons, King Combs, Quincy Brown, and Justin Dior Combs, outside of influencer Tara Electra's unruly agency's Halloween Bash in Los Angeles. At the time, sources reported to TMZ that the rap mogul's sons confronted the singer about public comments Ray J had made about Combs amid his legal troubles. According to the outlet, the siblings surrounded Ray J and began getting in each other's faces and chest-bumping one another. The source reportedly made it clear that 2 of the sons, Justin and Christian, were ready and eager for a fight. However, singer Chris Brown had seen everything from his car and rushed over. He diffused the situation with Ray J's manager, David, by pulling the brothers away. So that happens, and then Ray J claims that he was shot at. Again, you don't have to be a genius here to put 2 and 2 together of what he is saying went down. Now, he didn't come directly out and say that, but we all know what he's getting at. The outlet was told others attempted to step in and help stop the scuffle, which resulted in no injuries. The siblings had reportedly approached Ray J 3 times beforehand to discuss the singer's comments. Ray J said that he was always open to having that conversation with Combs' sons, but was willing to fight the 3 of them after they made disrespectful comments, TMZ reported. And not for nothing, but if you were willing to fight them, why didn't you? They got in your face, they were doing some chest bumping, but you didn't fight them then. But now afterwards you're talking about, oh, well, I was down to fight all 3 of them? Okay, I guess. The outlet also reported that Ray J considers Diddy and his children family, but refused to let himself get punked by little kids. If that's the case and you still feel like these people are your family and you don't have real beef with them, call them on the phone, figure it out. And if you still got a problem with the kids, go to the boxing gym, put on some gloves, and handle it like men. Honestly, I feel like it's kind of bitch-made to be in the news out here talking shit about people in articles when you could easily just call them and handle it one-on-one. Combs is currently being held in Brooklyn's notorious Metropolitan Detention Center since he was arrested on September 16th on federal charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation for purposes of prostitution. The same jail with roughly 1,200 inmates currently houses R. Kelly and Sam Bankman-Fried and is currently under investigation over violent incidents over the years. Yo, if Brody wanted to stay at the Waldorf Astoria, he shouldn't have done what he did. You're in jail. It's not supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be some kind of retreat. And while there's no doubt that the place is a dump, we just got done talking about how Diddy has access to air hockey and all this other stuff that other inmates could only dream of. Since his arrest, upwards of 120 victims have come forward while Combs maintains his innocence. Last month, 7 new federal suits were made against Combs, alleging that he sexually assaulted or raped the claimants in separate incidents between 2000 and 2022. Combs' lawyers are trying
to prove that there was an enterprise. They then have to show that there was a pattern of activity.
That pattern must include at least 2 predicate acts, related crimes committed by Combs and others within 10 years to prove a racketeering conspiracy.
And then they have to show, of course, that the defendant, that is Mr. Combs, that there was a hierarchy, a structure involved, and that Mr. Combs either ran it or participated in it along with other conspirators.
And Rodney Jones. 18. April 4th, 2024. Zakarin files letter informing court of Judge Cote's ordering of sanctions against Mr. Blackburn is relevant to the pending motion. 19. April 9, 2024. Blackburn files a reply letter to court, again doubling down on claims. The letter repeats conclusions and provides no facts to justify any of the claims and signed it in her declaration. Answer, yes, but provides nothing. Zakarin responds on April 11th, noting that Blackburn continues to make statements without any support and urges him to dismiss the claims immediately, even before filing the SAC. 22. April 12th, 2024. SAC filed. Mr. Blackburn, Jones drops one TVPA claim, and the premise liability claim changes the foundational theory of parent company for general business partnership, eliminates allegations of presence of Grange at Combs' homes, but persists with the accusations of criminal racketeering and sex trafficking. 23. April 22nd, 2024. Blackburn conveys a purported settlement offer via email, which consists of demanding a declaration from the UMG defendants making admissions, which would not be truthful, about the supposed misuse of the money paid by Motown under the license agreement, and demanding the production of documents to which Mr. Blackburn had no entitlement. 24. April 23rd, 2024. Mr. Blackburn conveys slight revisions to settlement offer via email. 25. April 24th, 2024. The UMG defendants filed their motion to dismiss the SAC. 26. April 24th, 2024. Mr. Blackburn acknowledges filing of the motion to dismiss and reiterates his supposed settlement offer. Please advise if your client is open to the offer that was made in my previous emails, which you have chosen to ignore. If yes, then plaintiff will voluntarily dismiss the claims against your client with prejudice. We will then move to have the complaint sealed on consent. 27. April 24th, 2024. Zakarin responds to Mr. Blackburn's settlement proposal, rejecting it outright and making it clear that Mr. Blackburn cannot file 3 separate pleadings filled with offensively false criminal allegations and then skate away free by proposing terms for dismissal of the claims. And the letter notes of the SAC as against the UMG defendants were immediately dismissed. Mr. Blackburn and his client might yet be able to moderate, however slightly, the adverse consequences they will suffer. They did not immediately dismiss the SAC against the UMG defendants. 28. April 24th, 2024. Mr. Blackburn responds to Zakarin's email, doubling down on the supposed information he has to support his claim. Prior to filing this lawsuit, I spoke with several individuals who were present at the recording studios at Chalice and Mr. Combs' homes, as well as the parties that Mr. Combs hosted for the Love album. They all stated to me that they witnessed the things my client claimed in his pleadings. We will secure those declarations. You reached out and denied those claims. For example, you said that your client never provided bags of cash to Mr. Combs. My client says he saw people bringing bags of cash into Mr. Combs' house and provided those details to law enforcement about where those bags of cash were located in his home. He said he was informed by Mr. Combs that the money came from your clients. You denied it, so it was removed from the pleading. The same goes for the remaining claims, and I'm not going to rehash them all here. If your client's position is that you adhered to the terms of the agreement with Mr. Combs and Love Records, then it should not be a problem for them to attest to this. If you do not want to turn over any documents, that's fine. Your client has a duty to preserve them, and we will get the requested documents via subpoena. Attesting to the fact that your client was not aware of Mr. Combs' actions will be spelled out in clear and certain terms by the SDNY, and they adhere to the terms of the agreement should be an easy lift unless your client cannot honestly attest to it. If you want to file your sanctions motion, you are free to do so. I did my due diligence, and I have my declarations and witness statements to defend my actions. Notably, while Mr. Blackburn claims to have declarations and witness statements, he's refused to identify a single such witness or provide a single such declaration or statement. 29. April 26, 2024. UMG defendants served their second Rule 11 motion directed to the SAC. 30. May 8th, 2024. Mr. Blackburn emails the Zakarin proposing to dismiss only the claims against Grange, but keep claims against UMG and Motown. My client has decided to withdraw all claims against Lucy and Grange. We will proceed with our causes of action against Motown and UMG. A few weeks ago, around April 11th, 2024, I asked you to provide the signatures certification page from DocuSign for the agreement you allege Sean Combs signed with Motown Records. You refused to provide the signature certification page. As a result, we have secured over 30 examples of Mr. Combs' signature and retained the services of two handwriting experts with a combined experience of 70 years. These experts have concluded that Mr. Combs did not sign the document you presented to the court. In addition to the expert reports I will receive and file with the court this week, I have sworn declarations from a former Bad Boy Records executive who attests to personally signing agreements and contracts at Mr. Combs' direction. Additionally, in light of my experts' reports and what I'm confident will be a signature certification from DocuSign will confirm the same, I will file a cross motion for sanctions under the court's inherent power against your clients and your firm for conducting this litigation in bad faith by intentionally filing a document which you knew or should have known was false. I attempted to resolve this issue with you. You refused to speak with me on the phone or provide the DocuSign signature confirmation page. You chose instead to be rude and disrespectful. As a result, plaintiff had to spend thousands of dollars on experts to establish what could have been easily discovered through conversation and a review of the DocuSign signature confirmation page. 31. May 9th, 2024. Zakarin's email to Mr. Blackburn again laying out the baselessness of all the claims in all three complaints and the irrelevancy of the Combs signature issue, noting that of course the claims against Grange should be dismissed with prejudice, but so should all claims against Motown and UMG recordings, while detailing again the flaws in the SAC and that the UMG defendants Rule 11 motion filed. 32. May 10th, 2024. Mr. Blackburn emails Zakarin again talking about the irrelevant issue of whether Combs' signature is on a license agreement, but states that he and Jones consent to dismissing all claims against the UMG defendants with prejudice. 33. May 10th, 2024. Email exchanges between Mr. Blackburn and Zakarin regarding the mechanics of the dismissal. Zakarin rejects a stipulation as well as a joint motion and states that a motion to dismiss is necessary and, if appropriate, UMG defendants will then consent to granting of the motion. Mr. Blackburn agrees to provide a draft motion. 34. May 13th, 2024. Email from Mr. Blackburn providing, instead of a draft motion, a stipulation for dismissal. Zakarin rejects it and offers to prepare a motion and declaration for dismissal for Mr. Blackburn. Mr. Blackburn agrees to this procedure, and Zakarin prepares and sends Mr. Blackburn a declaration and notice of motion for dismissal. Email exchanges that day between Zakarin and Mr. Blackburn, in which Mr. Blackburn makes some changes to the declaration, and Zakarin makes a further change. Mr. Blackburn then makes another change and files the motion and declaration for dismissal. 35. May 13th. Mr. Blackburn improperly files the motion for dismissal, calling it a stipulation, and it gets rejected by the court. 36. May 14th, 2024. The motion is refiled correctly as a motion for dismissal, and Zakarin files his declaration consenting to the motion and reserving all of his client's rights. 37. May 14th, 2024. Judge Oatkin orders dismissal of all claims against the UMG defendants with prejudice. 38. May 14th, 2024. Mr. Blackburn emails Zakarin expressing gratitude for how Zakarin has dealt with the matter. 39. May 17th, 2024. UMG moves for sanctions under U.S. Code 28, Section 1927, and the inherent power of the court. 40. May 17th, 2024. At 2:51 p.m., Mr. Blackburn reacts to the motion with anger and outrage in an email to Zakarin, accusing him of playing dirty tricks to get the dismissal. Even though I have a basis to believe that your client knowingly presented a document to the court that Sean Combs did not sign, I still agree to dismiss your client from the case. The absence of Sean Combs' signature and the public statements from your client concerning the partnership fall within the scope of a general business partners under the New York and California law. Not only did I discover that he did not sign the agreement, but I also discovered the fact that your client has a history and pattern of covering up sexual assaults committed by their artists by paying their victims through unmarked international bank accounts. I have seen these agreements, and I know the account numbers. 41. May 17th, 2024. Zakarin's response to Mr. Blackburn rejecting his accusations, noting he has filed multiple pleadings and sent emails filled with completely false assertions, and anticipating that his opposition to the motion for sanctions will be no different. 42. May 17th, 2024. At 5:34 p.m. Eastern Time. Blackburn sends another email to Prior Cashman. I could have defended the motion to dismiss by providing the reports from my handwriting experts. I felt bad for your client because, through my research, for that